Hey everybody, welcome to GoPro Academy. I hope you're having a spectacular week, a spectacular day. I'm excited to be able to share some ideas with you on our ongoing series of how to recruit 20 people in 30 days. How you can grow your business, how you can recruit in bunches, and how to do it better, smarter, faster than you ever thought possible. So as you're coming on, let us know where you're connecting from, who you are, where you're connecting from. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you all from all these different places around the world. It's really fun to be able to see. And let me tell you what we're going to do today. We're going to recap weeks 1 and 2. I'm going to give you a very special, cool perk for all existing GoPro Academy members. We're going to go through the launch lesson plan and talk to you about how to make this really, really effective, including what do you do with new distributors as you're bringing them on. Many of you have brought them on already and you don't know what to do with them. We're going to help you with that. And then we're going to open it up for questions. So I'm going to go about 30 minutes or so, whether you're watching live or replay. If you're on live, then you've got an excellent chance of having a conversation with me. I'll call you on this live, and we'll do a little bit of live coaching on how you can do better. So as we're warming up for this week's program, here's what I hope that you are receiving. And here's what I would like to know. How many of you have received your GoPro book? How many of you have this already? Let me know in the comments how many of you have received this book. If you haven't received it yet, be patient, especially if you're international. Be patient. You know, different postal services have different types of things, and we had a lot of books to sign and get sent out. I hope you've received your book by now, but I'm seeing some people got it, not yet. Let me know, or just if you've received it, fantastic, and if you haven't, just be patient. It's on its way. We haven't forgot about you. So long as you've given us your address, we'll get it to you, okay? So that's our fun and our privilege, and we're going to show you how you can pay it forward during this broadcast. So make sure you stay tuned through the whole thing because there's some cool stuff. So what else did I want to talk about as we get started? This book. All right. Let's talk about the last 2 weeks and what we want to do this week. Now, I want to kind of set this up effectively because some of you are not ready to do a 20 and 30 right now, and yet you're part of GoPro Academy, and that's fine. You might be wondering, is GoPro Academy for me? It is absolutely for you. Whether you're ready to do a 20 and 30 right now or you're ready to do it in the future, these lessons, when you're ready, will help you move forward. In the meantime, whether it's these lessons and this coaching, because there's going to be, you know, the power of an idea is the most exciting thing in the world to me. The power of a single idea. One little tiny thought, concept, idea, strategy, mindset, and my life goes in a different direction. My goal is to give you dozens and dozens of good ideas every single week, in addition to all the courses that you have access to make your ongoing membership the easiest decision that you've ever made. So how many of you have jumped into the GoPro Academy library and watched at least one module from at least one course? How many people have jumped in to the library of courses and watched at least one module from at least one course? Give me a comment below and let me know if you have. And if you've gotten value from it, I'd be very interested in that. I'm getting lots of feedback, which makes me very, very excited. There is $8,000 worth of courses there. There's over 100 hours worth of information. What this group is going to become Already is. It's going to become even better. What this group is going to become is the destination for network marketing professionals. This is the place where leaders become legends. This is the place where leaders are born in the first place. This community, what I have planned for you, listen to me, what I have planned for you over the course of this next year would blow your mind. The amount of special guests I'm going to be bringing in to this community, the amount of proprietary only here content that I'm going to be delivering into this community, the number of big time celebrities and global thought leaders I'm going to be bringing in only for GoPro Academy members is mind-blowing. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And before we recap, before we talk about this, let me tell you one cool thing, and I'll remind you a little bit later. I asked a couple days ago how many of you would like the ability to refer a friend into GoPro Academy, because it's closed to the public right now. And the resounding answer was, me, I would like to. So we have created today, we're announcing it to you today, a special link for you to refer your friends to GoPro Academy. The same offer that you received with one small difference, okay? Same $1 to join, to try it out. Same GoPro book signed and sent to them, any place that they happen to live. And the only difference is instead of a 30-day trial, we'll give them a 14-day trial. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to try all the courses, 2 weeks to come in and catch up on the 20 and 30, 2 weeks to go through all the stuff that we go through. If you're getting value here, and I hope you are, I'm sure you can think of a few friends that might want to benefit from this also, maybe join you in your process. So this offer is available for a limited time. I would suggest you take advantage of it quickly. Here is the link. It is networkmarketingpro.com, and that'll sometimes autocorrect, so make sure there's no spaces. networkmarketingpro.com/partner, because you're our partner. You're my partner. Together, we're changing the network marketing landscape for forever. So networkmarketingpro.com/partner. Think of 2, 3, 4, 5 friends that deserve to be inside of this organization, deserve to be inside of GoPro Academy, and get them that link. Let them know it's for a limited time. They should act quickly. $1. We'll send them this. They can participate in all of this. They can get caught up in all of these different programs. They can watch all the courses. They can do that over the course of a 2-week trial, okay? So networkmarketingpro.com/partner. I think your friends are going to thank you for letting them into this exclusive group, okay? networkmarketingpro.com/partner. And I'm sure we pinned this to the top of the page so everybody can take a look at that, okay? Now, let's get to work. So, in week 1 in 2030, and again, I'm bouncing around a little bit here, so just forgive me. I've had a busy morning already. If you're not ready for 20 and 30, that's cool. Okay? If you're ready to do it, fantastic. If you're not sure, try it. Take a few steps. Face your fears, overcome your fears, move forward a little bit until you can start to unlock these limiting beliefs that might be holding you back. Okay? So whether it's the courses or 20 and 30, I just want to give you permission to not have to do a 20 and 30 in order to be a member here. This is an aspirational thing. This is a big thing. How many of you have already started in your preparation and in your pre-launch, in your Whisper campaign, and started to fill your calendar? I'd like to know, how many of you have already started to do this, eliminate the commitment, sacrifice, negotiation with your life, your family, time commitment. What's the time commitment that you're willing to spend? That you've eliminated distractions. Some of you really struggled with how many distractions are in your life. You have the tools. You picked your start date. You started to warm up your list. You started seeing it done before it was already done, and you decided that you deserve it. That was in week 1, and you should have made progress on this now. And then the Whisper campaign. I'm getting tons and tons of feedback on the Whisper campaign saying, my gosh, I can't believe how much results I'm getting specifically from warming my list and the Whisper campaign. Many of you have already sponsored 2, 3, 4, 5 people. How many people have sponsored somebody already utilizing this? Put in the comments how many you've sponsored so far utilizing this strategy. Filling your calendar, going through this strategy before we do the big launch, which is I'm going to talk about today. So some of you are starting your launch tomorrow. Your pre-launch is starting tomorrow. Still working on your list. Got 2 people that are thinking about it. Fantastic. We're going to talk about closing and follow up next week and objections. 1 joining tonight. Nearly had 1 today. Starting to check this out. The comments are going fast. Love the Whisper campaign. Gathering my tools. Preparation complete. Eliminating distractions. Mandy has 3. Sami, how many do you have? So I just started today. I'm signing somebody up right now. 3 people already. I did 3 last month. I've had people tell me they're considering it. Fantastic. Almost sold her bundle. Ended up sponsoring with a Whisper. Keep going. That's fine. 3 warming him up. Haven't started yet. All right. 1 joining today. Listen. As you're going through this, I wanted the first part of this training, I want to be around what do you do while you're in your campaign and you sponsor somebody and you are working hard. I'm going to give you a real life example. Marina and my personal trainers, their name are Sami and Mandy. And if you've been following us on Instagram, whatever, we're working out a little bit more regularly, trying to get in shape. And they're both involved in network marketing. So they decided to do a 20 and 30. Now, they made the commitment. They determined the sacrifice. They turned off all television during this 30 days. They negotiated with their life. And part of eliminating the distractions in the negotiation was they went really hard with this. They turned off other parts of their business in order to be able to do this. They focused really aggressively. Their start date was actually yesterday. Yesterday was their start date. They warmed their list. They started on their Whisper campaign, and they created a competition between the 2 of them. So there's some accountability between the 2 of them. Now, they're not trying to do 20 and 30 as a couple. They're each trying to do 20 and 30. And they're having a competition to see who can get there. And they've got some penalties for people who don't, and they have some rewards for the one who does. They created a trophy. Maybe you guys can, Sami or Mandy, you could post your trophy in the comments. Whoever gets there first gets the trophy that says World's Greatest Networker on it. And they're going to take a picture of one handing the trophy to the other one, right? So they're working hard to do all these different things. These are all ideas and stuff that you can do in order to be able to improve. Now, some of them have signed up people already, and I started getting lots of comments over the last 2 or 3 days. What do I do with the people I got signed up? Here's the answer to that. Give them assignments. Give them assignments. Somebody just signs. Like Mandy has 3 people signed up, and Sami's pedaling to try and catch up today. But Mandy has 3 people signed up. What do you do with those people while you're out there pounding every single day in order to be able to keep them in the game while you're focused on bringing more people in? Number 1, tell them what you're doing right now. And number 2, give them assignments. Give them an assignment to read GoPro. Give them an assignment to get their products and use the products on a consistent basis if that's appropriate for your company. Give them an assignment to get scheduled for your company convention. Give them an assignment to make their list. Give them an assignment to determine their time commitment. Right? Give them whatever the assignment is, give them something to do while you're going out and pounding. Because the reason why 20 and 30 is so important to go quickly, the longer it drags on, the more your people are going to start pulling at you. So Mandy, as an example, has 3 people that are saying, well, what do I do next? What do I do next? If she doesn't hurry and get this 20 done, those few people are going to drag her down into the support mode. And you want to get the 20 recruited before you get into support mode. Now, if you do this right, you do a launch right, between preparation, pre-launch, the whispered campaign, filling your calendar, and your launch, you should be almost done with your 20 and 30 in about 10 days. About 10 days. And after that, some will trickle in, but it's not going to be at the same velocity because you're going to be distracted by your existing team. They're going to be pulling at you. Help me launch. Help me start my business. What do I do with this? And they're going to have questions. And they're going to have this. Those are all legitimate. So go as hard as you can, as fast as you can. Get the 20 in. Now, how do you do that in a launch? How do you do that in a launch? It's called all-out massive action. All-out massive action. You've cleared the decks. You've done this stuff. Now it's go time. Go time. Extremely aggressive. So, my recommendation to you is in this all-out massive action, here's my recommendation. Some of you are not going to like it. Ten presentations a day. 10 presentations a day. Every day. Now, Sami is my workout partner. He was here this morning working me out, making me push weight around, doing all this different stuff. But yesterday he only did 7. He did 7 presentations. He says he's going to sign up 2 people by the end of the day, but it's 10 a day. 10 a day. Now, face-to-face when possible, but guess what is also permissible? A presentation on a Zoom call, a presentation on a Skype, a presentation on FaceTime. Okay? Face-to-face or face-to-face using technology. Phone calls, it's a little weak. It needs to be aggressive. Now, 10 a day, Sami told me yesterday, or told me this morning, and last night. He said, I was exhausted. Now, if you see this guy, he's like a Greek god. He's just like this Adonis. And one day of 7 presentations in a day, he was like, whoo, my eyes are burning. Looking at the screen. I'm so tired doing all this other kind of stuff. And I was just like, yeah, that's what we do. Like what you're doing and making me push weight around and get my body in shape. What I'm trying to do is get your business in shape. So it's 10 a day, every day. That's why I've tried to convince you, and some of you didn't do it, to fill your calendar. Take a minute and fill it, because when you're doing let's say you did 7 yesterday, and you're following up with those, but you still got another 10 coming today, and then you're following up with those, and you got another 10 coming the next day. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. Now, here's the great news. If you do 100 in 10 days, 10 a day, 100 presentations in 10 days, that's only about 5 hours of presentation time total. Half an hour per presentation. And you're going to get really fast at this. You're going to get really good at this. I want to talk to you about what to do in the presentation in a moment. I'll talk to you about that. But it's all about velocity. It's all about acceleration. It's all about just doing it. It's all about saying, I'm just going to go through the pain. If my eyes are burning, my eyes are burning. If I'm some of you are going to have to come revisit some of this stuff because the world's going to push back at you as soon as you start doing this. Oh, I have a cold, so I'll wait a little bit longer. I've been going to do all this other kinds of things. Can you do, if the presentation's an hour, then fine, do the present. But here's what I would tell you, Sarah. She asked, what if the presentation is an hour? It doesn't have to be an hour, not during a 20 and 30 lunch. You can do the fundamentals. You can do a basic presentation in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It doesn't need to be an hour. And if you do them every day, if you have to do 10 every day, you'll realize how quick you can do them if you have to. So just go, right? So if you do 100 over the course of the next 10 days, you're going to sponsor 20. You're just going to. Even if you don't get 2 out of 10 right now, normally, you will during this process. Because there's going to be so much acceleration and momentum in your business, okay? So, all out, massive action. This is not a time for you to be distracted. This is not a time for you to be looking at other things. This is not a time for you to be watching television. This is a time for you to say, I am planting now. I am planting now. I am planting. Can you do a group event? Of course. Can you do a home meeting? Of course. Can you figure out ways to do group Zooms? If you want, I wouldn't appreciate being in a group Zoom. If you're approaching me and saying, hey, come join my business, I would feel a little bit impersonal. Like if you want me to join the business, then talk to me. But don't put me in a group. Unless it's like a big meeting or something or a home meeting, that's fine. But a group Zoom feels a little bit weird. You can have a bunch of people doing this in a group Zoom. So face-to-face whenever possible. Learn to tell the story, tell the story, tell the story, tell the story. Okay? Now, so all out massive action. Just do it. Even if you're scared, do it. Even if you're nervous, do it. Even if you don't know what to say, do it. Even if you're not prepared, just do it. 10 every day. I need 30 minutes. I've got to tell 10 people this story every single day. I need 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 15 minutes. Let me talk to you for 15 minutes. If you like what you hear, I got another extra 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Whatever. Handle it, roll with it. But the key is activity. Activity, 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 activity. You've got to push forward in order to be able to make this activity happen. Now, for those of you who are introverted, those of you who are scared, those of you who are nervous, here's what I've got to tell you. The activity itself will calm your nerves. Once you just release it and do it. Like I'm working out every day with Sami now. Every day. And I will tell you, 100% of the days, I have not wanted to work out. 100%. But I did it anyway. Why did I do it? Because I want to have better health. I want to have a better life. So I did the same thing when I was building my business. I did it anyway. I was afraid and I did it anyway. I was scared and I did it anyway. How do you do it with insurance? Same thing. 10 presentations a day. Just go. Just do it. Do it when you're not prepared. Do it when it's a little bit messy. Do it when it's not perfect. Do it. Just have the conversations, get in front of somebody and talk to people about what it is that you have. Okay? Now, what do you say? What do you say in these presentations? Tell your story and do the thing. Tell your story and do the thing. Why do I say that? Because there's a million different companies represented on this live right now. Tell your story and do the thing. Now, one change that we're making inside of GoPro Academy that I needed to tell you about is this. Before, when you joined, many of you joined, you got a bunch of courses, and then there were some courses that were locked. You know, you had to upgrade in order to be able to get those courses. We're going to change that as quickly as we can get it figured out in the system. So during the trial period, we're going to give you a handful of courses, like 10 courses, combination of different things during the trial period. Once you become an official GoPro Academy member after the trial period, we're going to unlock all of the courses. So every course that you're seeing right now that is locked and you need to upgrade, just hang in there, become a full-fledged GoPro Academy member, and you're going to get all of the courses. So everything that we have in there. Now, why do I say that? There's Jeff who works in our office, Jeff Fenn, on GoPro Academy. There's a video inside of How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days called a storytelling workshop. Now, I'm going to have them post that video to this page this afternoon. It's about 20 minutes long. It's from a live event that I did, and it will teach you specifically, step by step, how to tell your story. Okay? And why it's important. So that's going to get into, that's going to be on this page this afternoon. So you'll be able to come back and check this out. Okay? So, Lori, don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. Anyway, so here's the basics of storytelling. Your background. Every one of you has a background. What you didn't like about it. The challenges, difficulties, issues, disappointments, frustrations. That you found a solution to those difficulties. And how you feel about the future. Your background. Right? Some disappointments about the background, some of the things that you didn't like about the background, that you found a solution, and how you feel about the future. When you're doing a presentation, here's what I would tell you, is just sit down with somebody and tell your story. So when you sit down with them, as you're starting on a Zoom, can I tell you my story? If you tell them your story in the framework that I just laid out, and we'll post this very quickly onto this page after this live is over, this 20-minute training, specifically on how to tell your story. You can tell your story in a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes. But it will set the stage for an incredible presentation. And then after you're done telling the story, then do the thing. Whatever the thing is in your company. It's to sample your product or to show them how it works or demonstrate it or walk through the presentation or tell them the step-by-step, explain how it works. Whatever is the thing that is being done in your company, do that thing. Show them the video. Get them on a phone call with your upline leadership. Whatever the thing is. It could be product-based. It could be tool-based. It could be other person-based. Whatever that thing is, tell your story and do the thing. That's all I want you to do is just relax, tell your story, and do the thing. Tell your story, do the thing. Tell your story, do the thing. Tell your story, do the thing. But here's the deal. Do it with some urgency. Do it with some passion. Do it with some belief. When you sit down with somebody, if I'm sitting down with you, I'm going to be saying, look, let me tell you my story. Here's my background, as you may or may not know. But what you may not know is here's some of the frustration that happened from that line of work. Some of the things I was tired of that nobody knew, but I knew, and it was killing me every single day. But listen, I found a solution. I found a vehicle for me to flex my own entrepreneurial muscle. I found a way for me to become my own boss and to do it on my terms without having to sacrifice my family. I found a way to be able to do it with very low cost and huge upside. I found a way, and now when I wake up in the morning, I don't dread the day like I used to. I'm excited for the day. I'm excited for my future. I'm excited for the opportunity not just to have success for me, but I'm excited to be able to pass that success on to somebody else. So that's why I asked you to sit down with me today, so I could share what I have. It might be a fit for you and it might not. If it is, fantastic. Let's do something, because I'm about to do something outrageous. Something amazing. People who are smart enough to get around me right now are going to be thankful that they did, because they're going to win. They're just going to be able to do better by being around me. And you might not have ever seen this part of me, but this part of me is going to be unleashed to the world. I'm going to help so many people. And when I thought of amazing people that it would just be so much fun to do something with, I thought about you. So let me show you what I have. You'll either like it or you won't. And if you don't, no problem. I'm going to do it anyway. And if you do, I'll help you get as much information as you need to make a proper decision. And if you do decide to do it, I think it's going to be the best decision you've ever made. So let me do the thing. Let me show you. So now I start pointing. Now I start showing a video. Now I start introducing them to somebody else. Now I start sharing the product, right? So I don't need an hour for this. I just need a few minutes. If I show my vulnerability to them and my passion, say, listen, 1 + 1 adds up to 10. You plus me, we could crush. Let me show you the deal. See if you can poke any holes in it. See if you can think it's stupid. But if you're ready like I'm ready, let's go. Let's do this. I'm bringing in the class of 2019 right now. You want to be part of that, or you want to watch me do it? There's a window right now to do this with me, right? Instead of watch me. So if you're ready to go, let's go. Let me show you the thing. By the time I'm done with this, I mean, how many of you, real life, if we're friends and we're sitting down, real life, and I just talked for 3 minutes like I just did, how many of you would be open to hearing what I had to say when I was doing the thing? How many? If you're not, there's something wrong, right? It's like, we're going to go. We're going to go. So, and the person said, whatever you're doing, I'm joining. That's the point. This, the thing, is secondary. Primary in this, it's not just like a job. Primary for this campaign is infusing your passion to the other person. Taking the belief that's between your ears and putting that belief into somebody else's mind. Letting them know that you believe in them. Letting them know that you believe in yourself. Letting them know that, like, hey, if you don't have a plan right now for freedom, you're living in somebody else's shadow, you're helping somebody else become rich, you're tired of just going through the motions, just making enough money to survive, you're ready to explore something new if the risk is low and the opportunity is high, and we can do it together. If you're ready for that, then let's talk. And guess what? Guess how many people are ready for that? Most people in the world. But you gotta bring the heat. You gotta bring the passion. You gotta bring some joy. You gotta bring some optimism. You gotta let them know some urgency. Train is leaving the station. You better hurry. Get this window of opportunity. It's not about, most people just do the thing. Let me tell you about my product. Let me tell you about the ingredients. Let me tell you about our amazing compensation plan. Pays more than anybody else. Let me tell you about our incredible management team. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. What they care about is passion and belief and a game plan, and somebody's moving forward aggressively. Then they'll listen to all your facts and figures and all that stuff. You want to amp up your 20 and 30? You want to amp up your recruiting efforts? You want to bring in the class of 2019? You want to be successful with this? Lean in with passion. Lean in with urgency. Don't worry about ingredients. Don't worry about having answers to every question. Don't worry about being the super pro that has it all figured out. Be willing to be a little bit messy. Go after this. Make it so, okay? So the launch is all about this. All out massive action. 10 presentations a day. Tell your story, do the thing. The story workshop's going to be posted when this live is finished, so you can go through the story workshop and you can figure out how to tell your story. But you're not going to need a lot of training on this. Just tell your story. Here's where I was. Here were the problems. Here's what I found. And here's how I feel. Just that. Just that. You'll get what you want to get out of this business by doing that. Okay? You got it? All right. So before we get into questions, I'm going to get into questions in a moment. Well, here's what I'm going to do. If you have any questions about preparation, pre-launch or launch, I'm going to do questions for the next 30 minutes or so. Okay? So you need to type in to the comments below the way I'm supposed to dial your phone number, your exact number into the comments. And I'm going to pick some and I'm just going to call you at random. And I'll coach you specifically on whatever issues you have. In the meantime, I will tell you again, you as members, membership has its privileges. One of those privileges is to believe in somebody else and be a rock star for somebody else. You all know people that should be inside of GoPro Academy and are not inside of GoPro Academy. If you go to networkmarketingpro.com/partner and you tell your people that you believe deserve to be in this group, networkmarketingpro.com/partner for $1, they can get a 14-day trial. They can get this book signed and mailed to them. They can get access to all of these trainings, plus all the trainings that are online, are inside the platform, and we're going to be expanding that and moving forward. Okay? So we're going to start.
Hello?
Sonia.
¿Quién habla?
Is this Sonia?
Sí, ¿quién habla? Eddie, oh my God. Okay, no, please.
Hi.
Eddie, how are you?
So how are you?
I'm so sorry, I wasn't too Spanish. Very good. How are you, Eddie? Thank you for calling me.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So tell me how I can help you.
Well, Eddie, I the person that I talk too much all the time, and I feel that I talk too much because I have so much people in front of me, and sometimes after talking in the presentation, it's very hard for me to close it. This is my big problem.
Okay. So we're going to be talking specifically, just so you know, next week on objections, questions, and closing, including follow-up. But I will tell you now, here's all you want to do in a presentation, is to see if you can capture their interest and then schedule the next presentation. Whatever the next thing is. Let's say you talk for a little bit and they're not quite sure. That's okay. Ask them some questions. What I would encourage you to do, Sonia, more than anything else, is instead of talking so much, start asking more questions.
Okay.
Ask people what they want. Ask people what their concerns are. Ask people what makes them worried. Ask them what more information they need to make a decision. And then just help them connect them with the answers to those questions.
You take the decision, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I will answer very, very fast. Eddie, the last week when I listened to you, I did a lot of appointments, and one of the guy the last week coming in the company, and I enrolled him, and he enrolled 4 people, And tonight, I leave to Mexico to meet him because I'm so excited. He's a great leader. And I want to say thank you so much for everything you do for us. I appreciate that.
It's our great pleasure. We're gonna work to continue to provide more of the courses in Spanish and more of this stuff in Spanish as much as we can, because we just love the Spanish-speaking network marketing community so much. But frankly, I just wish I learned. I'm a lazy American, so I speak one language. I apologize for that.
Well, I speak two languages. My English is not perfect, but I try the best I can.
I know you do fantastic. Keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. I love you, and God bless you because you are the best in all the world.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going to call Daniela. Wow. We have a Daniela in our family. If I call you, turn off your speakers on your computer so it doesn't feedback. It's not ringing yet. Hello? Hello, hello? Sorry. Next. Karen, I'm calling you. Gotta pick up, Karen. Karen. All right, I'm calling David Thomas.
Hello.
David.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? Where are you connected from?
From the UK.
Nice.
Down south, Brighton in the UK.
Awesome. How can I help you?
Actually, I was just phoning to thank you for being my mentor for the last 2 years.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I've been connected with you, obviously from a distance. We've not met, but and yeah, I've plugged into pretty much everything that you've done, and I just really wanted to give you a huge thank you for that. So that's all.
It's my great pleasure. Anything I can help you with today? You there? David? David, are you there?
It was just thinking back to
Okay.
my network really was quite cynical,
Right.
to say the least, to start out. But yeah, over here in the UK, people are starting to get network marketing as the word spreads around the world. So yeah, good times ahead, and looking forward to what happens in the future.
All right, my friend. I'm expecting big things from you, okay? This is going to be a big year.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks very much.
See you, brother. All right, Nicole Erickson. I feel like I'm on talk radio.
Hello.
Nicole.
Hi.
Hi, it's Eric. How you doing?
Oh my goodness, I was like literally just watching you on my phone and it didn't even come through.
Weird, right?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell me how I can help you.
So, my company is only in 2 countries, but most of my warm market that I've been warming up the past 2 weeks is in other countries. How do you... I'm trying to expand, but I don't want to expand faster than the company can. Does that make sense? So
Totally. What countries are you in?
Sorry?
What countries are you in?
I'm in Canada and U.S.
Yeah. And what are the company's plans for international?
They're working on it, but they don't have anything in place.
Okay, so here's what I would do is I would start building the relationships around the world and ask them, who do they know in the United States? Who do they know in Canada? Who do they know in North America? And start to build a referral network that way if a lot of your contacts are outside of the United States. But focus where your business is. It's natural for all of us, Nicole, to want to build a business in a market that's not open with products we don't have yet. It's so much fun to talk about something that isn't real. That sometimes it can just knock us off track. If you focus where your business is, you've got the equivalent of 50 countries in the United States and however many provinces in Canada in order to be able to capture this marketplace. It is far from captured. You got people think entrepreneurially here. Let's go after it. They do everywhere in the world, but go after what you've got, where you've got it, and don't get ahead of it. Don't spend time in markets that aren't open unless they're soon to be open. And love up on those prospects, but let them know that when the time comes, you'll let them know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go out, crush it, will you?
You are a fantastic man, Eric, and I really appreciate everything you've done.
My pleasure. Spread the word. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Nancy Silva, I'm calling you. I need some guys. I need some more international. Okay, cool. Go for 15 more minutes. Log off when you're bored with this, but oops.
Hello?
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am very good. So excited that you finally called me.
You're in Oklahoma, yeah?
No, I'm in New Jersey.
New Jersey is 908?
Yes.
I got it totally wrong. So, how's it going? How can I help you?
Oh, well, everything's good. Thanks to your the pre-launch, I was able to enroll too. And now my question is, the company that I work for is for health and wellness, but they only do it in Spanish now.
Okay.
So it's like mainly for like the Spanish market.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying. There's people in English American that they're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how to get to them and then telling them, okay, yeah, this is more for like Spanish. I don't know how to transition that, like how to do that, because nobody else is doing it, and I want to expand to the American market, not only the Spanish.
Well, do you have products and materials in English?
Yes, they do have it in English.
But you're saying the culture is more Spanish?
Yes, exactly. Like the diet is more for Spanish and not just for it only targets like Spanish people, but I've had American people like are interested in it, and I don't know how to transition that. Like there's no business opportunity in Spanish, in English, and so I would need to do that, but I don't know how.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, capture the market that you have. One thing I know about the Hispanic marketplace is they are incredibly connected, incredibly passionate, and incredibly grateful for opportunity. So it doesn't hurt for you to focus there and to show them as much love as possible. I'll give you an example. I was mentoring a friend of mine who's an African-American guy.
Okay.
And he's like, Eric, everybody on my team is African-American. I want my team to look like the United States. I want it to look like, diversity of all these different things. And my response was, who cares? I mean, if in the African-American marketplace, and forgive those of you who are African-American, forgive me for talking on your behalf, but I would, my general view of it is they're more comfortable in a room full of African-Americans than a few African-Americans sitting in a room full of white people.
Right.
They feel more at ease. They feel more at home. They feel like they can be more themselves. And So, and the Hispanic marketplace has to have some commonality there. So my encouragement to him is just expand what is you're doing. Create the ultimate home for African Americans. Create the ultimate home for the Latino marketplace, or the Hispanic marketplace. The ultimate home for that. Now, can you talk to people that are outside of that? Are there white people that show up on his team? Is there going to be English-speaking only people that show up on your team? Answers, of course, but you're going to have to position that a little bit different. Just like, I work with an organization that has like one person of color in the top earner ranks.
Okay.
And my coaching to her is we need you to step in and increase the percentages. But she has to sell it a little different.
Yeah.
She has to go to those people and say, we're going to rise up in this community of white people. You know what I mean? So she has to sell it a little bit different, but she can build a community around that. She can build an identity and a brand around that. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But if it was a room full of African American women and a few white people, she wouldn't have that. She would just say, come on, let's grow.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but with every obstacle comes an opportunity. So what I would do if I was you is use the natural focus from the company and from your background to attract the natural audience that isn't going to have too much of emotional barriers. And then as people outside of that community show up, you have a little bit different approach to let them know that they need to rise up within the company.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, cool.
Thank you so much, Eric.
All right, appreciate you.
Thank you, and have a good day.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Andrew. Andrew McComb. There's something in... Oh, do I need to do a plus?
Yeah, plus 3.
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's enough numbers for a plus. Maybe it is. 10 more minutes.
Hello.
Hey, Andrew.
Hello. Thank you very much for calling.
It's my pleasure. Where are you connecting from?
So I'm from the UK, but I now live in Iceland.
Iceland.
Iceland, yes.
Iceland
And
where it's green and Greenland where it's icy, right?
yes. And it was all because of you. So
Oh, yeah?
in 2016, you ran a one-year Journey to Success program. And it's on emails, and we had to watch like a video and read your content. And that was the year I decided that I was going to move to Iceland because it was my dream. So I don't really have a question for you, but I will ask, could you just give me some positivity, something I can listen to in the morning, just to say, congratulations, Andrew, you've done your 20 and 30, you've got this, welcome to the class of 2019.
Andrew, first of all, let me ask you a question before I give you that. What's the current state of your business in Iceland?
Absolutely zero, so I'm starting as a beginner in Iceland.
A beginner? When did you move there?
So I moved a year ago on the 6th of February.
Okay, and what are you doing to pay the bills?
So for the first 6 months, I worked in a hotel. So my background is in property law, but I hated it every day. So I worked in a hotel to build up my confidence, to build up my people skills, the belief in myself. And now I'm absolutely ready to just smash it and be the number one in my group.
Good. Well, Andrew, let me tell you something. How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. Did you know that everything you do before 30 is just like practice?
And that's what I've been working on.
It's true.
I don't look backwards.
Everything is
looking
just
forward.
everything is just dress rehearsal. It's just preparing you for what you're about to do. But let me just tell you something, Andrew. If there's days that you don't have belief in yourself, borrow my belief in you, because you can do this. You can make this a reality. You have within you the skills, the passion, the understanding, the willingness to learn, the coachability, the hungriness in your life. You have those things in place. And as you put those things into place and as you get better every single day, doors are going to open for you. People are going to attract.
I can't wait.
People are going to attract to you. It's going to happen.
Yeah, so I came back from your GoPro 2018.
Yeah.
I think I've read like enough books, I've watched enough videos, now it's just time for me to take that action.
Yeah, you know what the deal is? Here's the deal, man. All out massive action. Do it before you're ready. Do it before you're prepared. Do it before you have the answers. Do it before you have the confidence. Just go.
I'm going live on the 21st. I've got my first business presentation where I'm speaking in front of 40 people. I'm just going for it. I'm ready.
Go. Put your shoulders back, put your chest out, put your chin up. Know that you've got a better way, and go. Okay?
Perfect.
And all
Thank
of you and all of you that are relating to Andrew, that are watching this, together, between his commitment and your commitment, you can not only change your life, but you can change the lives of lots of other people. Andrew, my last piece of advice for you is get out of your head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quit trying to figure everything out and just go. Okay? It's your turn. It's your time. It's your era. I expect great things. Okay? So send me a report. Let me know how it's going. All right?
Watch this space. Will do, Eric.
I can't wait. Take care.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Andrew's going to kill it. Couple more. We're going to call Sharon in South Africa.
Hello, Sharon speaking.
Hi, Sharon. You need to turn your speaker off of your phone or your computer.
Oh my gosh. Where do I do that?
Wherever the sound is. Just so we won't have an echo.
Okay.
So, Sarah, you can hear me calling
Okay,
you.
it's down.
All right, cool. How you doing, Sharon?
Calling. I'm very well. Gosh, I can't believe this. My heart is beating so fast. I put my number there and I thought, I won't get called.
Well, there you go. So how's it going? How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm very glad that you actually called me because I've been doing this business now for 2.5 years. I'm part of Andrew Eaton's team. And, I'm just getting a little bit frustrated now because I came into this profession very much a broken woman. And I'm battling to recruit people because I have a history of, just a very messed up past, and it's affecting my ability to feel like I feel inadequate, and I feel, that nobody takes me seriously, and just when I take that out with me when I prospect people, so I immediately think that people are going to think that I don't have really much to offer, and I've been working at this business for the last 2.5 years, and I've only recruited like 10 people into the business, and I'm battling. I'm really, really battling, and I'm not sure how to manage what I'm doing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So, are you willing? I'm asking you in front of the world, but are you willing to share what the challenges are with your past?
Sure, I don't mind. I was given up for adoption when I was a baby. My biological mom, gave me up for adoption. I was put into a children's home, And the entire time that I was there, up until the age of 10, I was given... I went from one foster home to the next. I was taken out by foster people. I was returned back to the home. I would go to another holiday people, and they would take me back. And I was constantly taken in, taken back, taken in, taken back. And I suddenly got this feeling that I was always being rejected, that I was never good enough, and I was very unworthy, and I was never loved. And I eventually got adopted when I was 10 years old, but I was adopted into a family of a lawyer. My adopted dad's a lawyer and my mother's a teacher. So it was a very, very strict, domineering, dictatorial sort of household. And then my adopted parents tried very hard to have their own children, and they couldn't. They tried for 7 years. So I just felt like I was just a substitute kid. And I battled at school. I was never the kid that was chosen for anything. Just everything just went wrong. You know, I just felt like I was never good enough. And I'm bringing those issues wherever I go, into my work, into my relationships with people. And I feel like I'm dumb, like I'm stupid. Because I've learned the history of my biological mom. I met her for the first time when I was 26 years old. I'm 44 now. And she still doesn't want me. You know, she still rejected me. And her history is that her mother was in an accident, and she was involved in such a bad car accident, my grandmother, and she ended up in a mental institution. So when I discovered that, I immediately think that I'm dumb, you know, and I can't remember anything. So I write all the notes down. I write so much stuff down, and when I try to remember things, I forget everything.
Yeah.
And I think like there's something wrong with me. And I don't know how to get past that. I spend so much time focusing on personal development and, you know, tapping into Les Brown and yourself and Todd Falcone and Brendan Burchard, and I'm just filling my head with all this personal development, and I'm so scared to do the action. I'm so scared to phone people because I just feel like they're never going to take me seriously.
Sure.
And so I don't really know what to do now. Like, I've got notes coming. You're
stuck in
notes. I'm really good at notes.
You're stuck in personal development and network marketing university.
Correct.
Yeah. So we need to help you get out of there. So Sharon, here's
Absolutely.
the thing. All of our past creates a program in our mind. And the program is based upon the story that we tell ourselves. So it's not what's happened to you. It's the story that you've told yourself around what's happened to you that's changed your action. So I remember seeing a kid that had, I don't know the name of it, but it's a really aggressive birthmark, really red. Birthmark like covered 2/3 of his face. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So, but he was the most confident kid I had ever met. And everybody around him was attracted to him because of his confidence. And
Yes.
I asked him, where did your confidence come from? He said, and he pointed to his face. And I said, what do you mean?
Sure.
He said, my mom told me that God picked me out of every single person in the world as the most unique person on earth with a special gift. And he marked me with his finger on my face so the whole world would see.
Aww, that's so adorable.
So he was like totally confident and walked into every room like he owned the joint. So what was the difference there? It wasn't what happened to him. It was the story that he chose to believe. He could have argued with his mom and said, no, that's not right. This is not fair. He could have gone and Googled it. He could have gone on WebMD and figured out, no, that wasn't. But he just decided to believe that story. Now, the story you decided to believe is a story that is not serving your life. It's not serving your purpose. It's not serving the people around you. You've chosen the story that you are unwanted and unworthy and unintelligent and undeserving, where you could just as easily tell, based upon your background, talk about the fact that you were chosen as somebody so special, so amazing, so talented, so gifted, that you couldn't be contained in any environment. That even though they tried to control you and tried to make you feel the way that they wanted to make you feel, even though you let your troubled mother rent space in your head, maybe that made you stronger than you would have been if she'd have been around. Maybe it was a great gift for you to be able to figure out what you need to do in the world. Worthiness issues is something that I've struggled with my whole life. And it comes from old stuff, but like you, it's old stuff, right? Trying to figure out that everything that's happened in my life was necessary for me to be where I am today. Think about what you could do to reach out to other people that feel unworthy. Now, those of you who are watching this, post in the comments if you have ever felt or you currently feel unworthy. And Sharon, I want you to go look into the comments. And I want you to see in real time how many people in the world struggle. Think about how valuable your story can be. Because if you conquer your worthiness issues, how many people can you help conquer theirs? Your story itself. You think what?
My adopted mom, I remember the one time and I don't know whether this has had a bearing on my whole reason for holding back, is that I wanted to be on stage. Like I came to Go Pro, not last year, but the year before. I came with Andrew Eason's team. And I remember during one of the breaks, I came and I stood on your stage because I just wanted to know what it would feel like to stand up there and face a crowd and speak. And I just felt so alive when I stood on your stage. And I said to myself that I want to be there in 2020 as one of the guest speakers.
Do you know why you felt alive? Do you know why?
No.
You felt alive because that was your natural place. You've been living in an unnatural place. You've been living.
But not believing that because my adopted mother told me that I don't have a story to tell.
I understand, but release your adopted mother. Release her. With love. She doesn't get to rent space in your head anymore. You're there to help her, not her to help you. You're there to be an example of what's possible, not to be an excuse because of your circumstance. Your natural place is on that stage changing the world. That's your natural place. That's why you felt alive. But your familiar place is this self-abuse place where you talk bad to yourself all the time. Go get a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Read that book.
Okay.
And decide to be kind to you. Here's the thing, Sharon. Our life starts, we think it starts with our family. It doesn't. It starts with us. You are the sun. The other people in your life are the planets that revolve around the sun. Instead of being a planet revolving around your mom or your adopted mom or past relationships or past business ventures, Decide that you're going to be the sun, and you're going to let people get close to your orbit that deserve it. And the people that don't, you can still love them, but they don't get as close to your orbit as others. Create. There's a book from. There's a really good book, one of my favorite books, called Illusions by Richard Bach. I'd highly recommend it.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of rarely do members of the same family grow up under the same roof. Your family might not be biological. It might be in the friends and the relationships and the circle of people that you put around you. You have this huge expectation that it has to be biological. It doesn't. It doesn't. Maybe you need to be the strong one in your family to support all the people who are struggling, instead of the one looking for support. Come on, you're ready. It's time for you to do this.
I do feel like I'm ready. I mean, this week has been exceptionally changing. I don't know what it is, but something has just changed. I've been trying to spend a lot of time focusing on actually doing activity rather than focusing more on personal development now, because the personal development is great, but I mean, it's not bringing in any income. And I remember saying to, I used to work for Jacques, and he said to me, just let it go. Just let everything that happened to you in your past, let it go. And I'm like, really? That easy? Because I've been trying to search for answers. How do I let everything that happened to me? Because I had a lot of stuff that happened to me in the home. Horrible, horrible stuff. Memories that haunt me every day. And I don't know how to let it go, because those things that happened to me make me feel inadequate.
Don't let them go. Reframe the story. This was necessary for you to be able to help more people. This was necessary. You were given that thing because you were strong enough. You were chosen as one of the strongest people to be able to withstand that, to be able to move forward and help other people not have to live that reality. Change the story. You don't have to release the memory. Change the meaning that you give the memory. Sharon, what you got to do is you got to get out of your head, sister. Get out of your head and get into activity. And in the activity, you'll find some progress. And progress is going to start to build your confidence. Everything that's ever happened in your life happened for a reason. Everything. Everything was a gift, even if it was a painful gift. If you choose to make it a gift. Okay? What I did when I had my worthiness issues, especially starting off in the network marketing career, I pretended I was the most confident person I knew for that day. I pretended I was the most bold. I pretended I was the most eloquent. I pretended I was the most whatever. Even though I didn't feel authentic inside, pretending that, I pretended it. And eventually I grew the muscle. And eventually I was able to say, guess what? I'm worthy. I'm really freaking good. I'm the best that I know in the world at what I do. And I'm okay. It took me a long time to say those words. But I can say them today because I built some new muscles. You've built some destructive muscles, but you can change that in a moment if you change the story.
Yeah.
If it was all necessary.
I'm just looking for that one break. I'm looking for that one.
I get it.
But it's that yes, because
no. But here's the thing, Sharon.
Facing that projection every single day.
But listen, Sharon.
So hard.
The break is not out there. The break is in here. The break is not in somebody else believing in you. The break is you believing in yourself. The break is not some magical person joining your business and creating momentum. The break is in you deciding to create the momentum. I remember there was a time I'm driving this miserable car, pulled off the side of the road, so frustrated because my group was so ridiculously terrible. And I literally got out of the, I literally got out of the car and I screamed into the sky, when am I going to catch a break? God, please, I need a sign. I need something. And I got nothing. I just got the sky looking back at me and me feeling like an idiot on the side of the road. I got back in the car, and it wasn't in that moment, but soon after I realized I was the break. I needed to change. I needed to believe different. It wasn't out there. No magical person is going to show up any closer than what you have right now, me talking to you. Maybe this can be a piece of it, but at some point you got to decide you're done being a victim. You got to decide you've got a gift. You got to decide you were chosen to go through difficult things because you were the strong one, not the weak one. You got to decide that you're the caretaker of the family. You don't need the family to caretake you. You got to decide people should worry more about how they get close to you than you worrying about how you get close to them. When you change that posture, it's literally the other side of the coin. When you change that posture, everything's going to change for you. The break is inside you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. That is such an aha moment for me.
Good.
Yesterday, I was walking around my flat, and I promise you, I actually got to a point where I was so desperate, and I prayed out to God, and I fell on my knees, and I said, why? Why? When am I going to get this break? What is wrong with me? Why don't people want to respond to me? What is wrong with me? Oh, and just what you've said now is like I've got tears rolling down my cheeks because it resonates. Like, wow, thank you.
My pleasure. Listen, sister.
Thank you.
Be the break. This is your time. This is your year. They're going to look. This is the time when you change your whole family tree. You change your whole family history. Starts now. Starts today.
Thank you.
Starts with you. You understand?
I do. I absolutely do. Thank you so much.
I'm expecting big things from you, and I'm looking forward to the time. I'm looking forward to the time when you come up on that GoPro stage and you tell your story. Okay?
Cannot wait. I cannot wait.
All right. Make it an amazing day.
Thank you so much.
Love you, sister.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Aw. So, we went longer than I expected. We have more, but I don't have time to do that. I'm trying to us calling her out of the blue was her prayer answered from yesterday. Who knows, right? Fun. Anyway, listen, if you got value here, I hope you did. What I wish for you, if you know somebody that needs to be in this, tell them, go to networkmarketingpro.com/partner. That's your link for your friends. If you know people that should be part of this, we'll include them in this deal. It's for a limited time, not going to be for forever. $1 14-day trial. We'll make it all work. Thank you for your comments and your feedback and everything else, all of your coaching. In these calls, what I want you to pay attention to is in these calls, do you notice how quickly you're able to identify a person's challenge and issue? And as you hear them talking about it, if you're able to quickly identify and diagnose, like I am, diagnose the issue with them, then you're going to be on your way to being a better leader, because these issues are going to happen over and over and over and over and over in your team, and you're going to be equipped to be able to help it. Okay? So, preparation, pre-launch, launch, all-out massive action, 10 presentations a day, tell the story, do the thing. The Tell the Story workshop's going to be on this page soon. Tell your friends, networkmarketingpro.com/partner. And next week, next Wednesday, I'm going to teach you how to follow up, how to deal with questions, how to deal with objections, and how to close, how to help the process happen if you got too many people thinking about it. Okay? Thank you for all your love hearts. Thank you for all your emojis. Those of you who put so many emojis in, you got blocked. Thank you even more. Love you all. Go crush it. Make it an amazing week. We got a lot we're going to do together. 20 and 30. Make it happen. See ya.